Okay, this story I just thought was hilarious, bro. So, the mullet's been having a comeback. I'm not really sure how to feel about that. On one hand, I think retro stuff is pretty cool. On the other hand, we have to be honest with ourselves and understand that the mullet is not a very good haircut. But I don't think most of them are offensive. I didn't realize that people were like actually out here being so angry over the mullet they wanted them banned. But for one person, their mullet was deemed so offensive their school banned them. John Paul College student banned from school grounds because of unsuitable mullet haircut. Goodness gracious, man, this mullet really pissed off somebody in the office. They were like, I will not stand for there being mullets in my school. This ridiculousness will end now. It's even nuttier because it's a college. I don't know if this is the same as the States, but are they paying for this? If they're paying tuition and he's getting kicked out because of his mullet, that's absolutely absurd. Even if they're not paying tuition, if it's a public school, it's still stupid. A mullet? Really? Like, who really cares? I mean, I'm not saying it's fantastic, but is it going to interrupt the school day at all? I've never understood that argument. Oh, if someone has blue hair, no one's gonna learn. It's like, what? How are these two dots connected? That's like someone hopping in their car and being like, yep, this baby's not a hybrid, but I still plug it in every night. You're like, okay, all right, this makes no sense. Patrina Wilson is maintaining the rage as her son faces a fourth week barred from the grounds of John Paul College because he is in a contravention of the school's policy relating to hairstyles. Miss Wilson told the paper her son had been denied entry to the school for the past 3 weeks because of his hairstyle. A mullet and shaved head was deemed unsuitable under its college uniform and personnel appearance expectations policy. The policy adds shaved hair, fads, and extreme haircuts are unsuitable for school. Shaved hair is unsuitable for school. Sorry, Baldy, get out of here. We don't care that you started balding at the age of 15. You can't go to school here, moron. I just don't get this rule. I feel like this is one of those rules from like 37 years ago that doesn't make that much sense anymore. Okay, if we start letting people have weird haircuts, what's next? They're gonna stop doing their homework, huh? And they're like, what are you doing, man? Like, how are any of these dots connected? Maybe I'm stupid, but in my opinion, I feel like as long as the work gets done and it's done effectively, I don't really care what type of haircut people have. And before someone in the comments is like, this is preparing them for the real world. You can't have a silly haircut in the real world. It's like, dude, I don't know if you know this, but the real world has gotten increasingly nuts too. I feel like, yeah, maybe a shaved head mullet combo is a little much, but most places will probably let you have a pretty out there haircut now. Maybe I'm wrong, but at least where I live, like I see people with crazy hair all the time. So they gotta be doing something. I don't know, they had to pay for the haircut somehow. I guess theoretically they could have just stolen hair dye. But you get what I mean. It's just kind of a weird situation to be so up in arms about this, especially for that long. A month? A month? You kick this kid out of school for a month, he's gonna fall behind all of his peers, fail his yearly exam, dude, gonna have to retake the entire year of school. Well, that's the lesson that you have to learn about the haircut policy. Like, this is just gonna make this kid hate school forever. You know that, right? Like, from now on, he's gonna be like, ugh, I hate school. And tell everyone the story of how he got kicked out of school for like a month and a half over a mullet. And what's dumb is I guess this guy's on the football team and they won some championship thing. And to celebrate, the entire team like gave each other weird haircuts. And everyone else has been allowed to come back to school with their weird haircuts, except for him. This guy's gotta have the worst mullet of all time. Imagine having a mullet so bad that they're looking at it and they're like, all right, everyone else can come back to school. Their haircuts aren't that bad. But that guy's haircut is the most atrocious thing I've ever seen. I don't know where he came from, but tell him he can't come back until that's off the back of his head. I think this entire thing is stupid. I think he should just be allowed to come to school, especially if everybody else has. I just thought this was nuts, that apparently you can have a haircut so bad you're expelled from school.